For tonight's matchup, it is going to be NoLove Esports versus Velocitiy Esports. This is two of the top teams in ESEA-open currently. NoLove Esports at 12-3 and Velocitiy sitting at 14-1. So it should be a very good matchup tonight. Here we have on D and Mirage, and it's going to be quite a matchup between both of these teams. Expect high caliber frags coming out from both teams and quite a lot of action. Both teams have played these maps quite a bit this season. Neither one has taken a loss on the map, so it'll be really interesting to see how these two teams fare together as they run and lead into the playoffs. Both teams right now guaranteed that they're going to be in the playoffs. Not going to be any doubt about it. And now at this point, they're just playing for seeding right now. Of obviously at 14-1, Velocitiy Esports sitting extremely pretty, and NoLove looking to build one more win to bring them into the season ender at 13-3. So not a lot on the line for either one of these teams, but NoLove definitely would prefer to get the higher seeding, whereas Velocitiy, even if they lose this night's match at 14-2, would be sitting extremely pretty. So here tonight, as always, I do have Matt Trix Miser here with me. Matt.
Yo, what's up, buddy? Hello, everyone. I hope everybody is just as excited as Jesse and I to bring you another match, the second one within the week. We were here on Monday night and watched a really tough match between NoLove and Get Me Hype on Inferno. It wasn't necessarily what NoLove was hoping to get out of it, but hopefully they were able to take it and learn some things to help them here tonight. And this one looks like it's going to be just as tough of a matchup as it was on Monday.
Yeah, maybe a little bit easier. So the only loss on Velocitiy Esports, Matt, coming in is actually against Get Me Hype. And they played that team about 3 weeks ago, and they lost. It was their first loss of the season, 16-13. So if that gives you any kind of idea for what kind of caliber team Velocitiy Esports is, making that competitive match extremely close, getting down to the wire, and we know 16-13 result is incredibly close. So that's literally one death going a different way can exactly flip that score 16-13 in your favor. So a very tight matchup for sure. Now, I did go ahead and get a roster rundown for Velocitiy Esports tonight. We've seen NoLove Esports a few times, but we'll go over them again tonight as well. But for Velocitiy Esports, interesting couple of really things about these players. Velocitiy is going to be one of our probably better caliber players tonight, as he's played advanced for 5 seasons in a row. This was the first season that he actually stepped out and played open, and it looked like it was an attempt to build his own roster filled with his own team of his choosing. We also have WMS, Kimtang, Lemons, and TiVo. Is going to be their starting 5 tonight. Lemons is going to be my player to watch, mainly because he has no history prior to today. Of course, that could mean that he's got an alternate account, but no history so far. This is the only season he's ever had, and it's an open. So I want to really watch him tonight and see what kind of things he brings to the table, see what kind of frags he brings out, just to see what he's got. But WMS as well has a extensive history in main, but he has played open the last 4 seasons, been very laxed. And then we have TiVo, who's kind of similar backstory, open, IM, main, here and there. But overall, the team has not got a lot of experience. It's mainly stemming from Vicinity and WMS with the most history. And then it's met by 3 players that are clearly being groomed by these players. So it'll be interesting to see that dynamic tonight at Work versus NoLove Esports. And of course, if you've already been here before, you've seen NoLove Esports. Matt, why don't you tell us a little bit about them?
Yeah, so coming into tonight, you're going to have the same lineup that we watched on Monday night. Huddy, Lidak, Redeem, Formal, and Haunts. Haunts being the IGL. This is actually only their 8th match together. Formal's the newest addition. Seems like maybe early on in the season they had some roster situations, we'll call them, and really couldn't find that 5th that gelled with the other 4. So Huddy, Lidak, Redeem, and Haunts have played all season together. So Formal being the new guy, hoping to really shine for him going into this playoff run. As far as talking about history, we talked about a little bit about Mirage and how many times they've played. NoLove's actually played the map 5 times. 2 of those were forfeit wins. The other 3, 2 convincing wins, 1 in overtime. They've only seen this map twice with Formal since he's been added, so that adds a little bit of a dynamic. Is it still a little new to them? Are they still unsure and super comfortable with how everyone's playing together in the synergy? A couple of things that I look forward to, maybe for improvements off of Monday night on Inferno, is maybe a little bit more patience from the NoLove guys in terms of over peaking and utility usage. And then if they do have control plays, to be a little bit more assertive and a little bit more aggressive on those.
Absolutely, Matt. Here as we go into the knife round, I'm going to go ahead and pause for station identification. There's another one down. Matt count now alone, 5-1. Gets a second. Hard with that off close range. Makes the no scope. 5 Terrace. Good setup. Easy plant coming in. They're going to try to beat across the corner. Graham grabs one. It's over. With the cloud beach. Gets 1. Gets 2. Perfect. Oh, gets the flying beam. Love it. Hazel is nuts. He is nuts with the eagle. And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. Boys and girls, we have Velocitiy Esports here, looking to start out on the terrorist side, and we have NoLove Esports on the CT side. Matt, what do you expect from Velocitiy and NoLove here going into the pistol round? What are we expecting to see from these teams? Are we looking more aggressive, more passive? What do you think is going to happen?
I expect more aggressive plays from Velocitiy. I think that they're going to be a group and take kind of a team. Watching him run around pregame, I know watching Lemons, he was throwing some, set smokes and things like that. So I think that they have those things, but I think you're just going to see a little bit more of an aggression from them. I'm hoping that from the NoLove side, they play for early info and then a smart rotation off of that info to play crossfires together. It's something that they did a couple of rounds in the previous match that we watched them. So hopefully they have that going for them right now.
Yeah, I agree. I expect kind of the history of Velocitiy Esports being in advance, being in main. Normally, a lot of those teams that run through open and have so much success, they have a lot of confidence. And with Velocitiy, I'm expecting that confidence to carry them to a very strong T side, which is obviously what they're anticipating by selecting Terrace first. That means it's going to be up to NoLove to really state and get involved here early to not only show that, hey, we're not a team to be pushed around, to make Velocitiy play that respectful style of Counter-Strike. And that's what it's going to come down to, is if NoLove can show it, and they can show that they are a team to be reckoned with, as their record does dictate, then Velocitiy Esports is going to have to play that respectful, slow, methodical version of Counter-Strike. But that's going to be probably something that they're going to have to earn tonight.
Yeah, I know teams that you and I have played on in the past, it absolutely has to be earned. You have to earn the respect in the server of the other team. I hope that NoLove doesn't come out scared. Is playing with some confidence and some swagger. Those things usually help you shake off any kind of nerves and get you into the game pretty quick. So hopefully they can, right from the get-go, make a name and try and demand some of that respect to slow the other side down so that maybe they can play some of their style CT play that they want to do.
I agree. And we've got all 10 players back in the server here. Looks like some early disconnections coming in from Velocitiy Esports, fixing some things. The pause is now gone, and we are ticking down our official timer here. Going into the freeze time, going to the very first round. Be interesting to see how we set up here on the CT side to help prevent that fast approach from Velocitiy. Looks like they're going to be immediately heading over towards B, where one player will be sitting. Actually, no, they're going to go towards middle. Redeem is going to catch them off. Makes the early spot, but they're going straight up catwalk. Redeem's going to have to make a play. He doesn't make quite the shot, and immediately gets scooshed through the wall. It's going straight up cat. One player there at B. Hans also getting dinked directly through the wall, trying to get one kill, not able to find one. He gets out. B is wide open all of a sudden. There's 0 CTs in sight. All 4 players rotating into that market. And again, another great goosh there. That one coming out from TiVo. And headshots coming in from everywhere. WMS looking for something. Lightout gets 2. Looking for a third. That catwalk. One player peeking out at him at a time. And go back over to TiVo. It's a 2 versus 2 situation. All of a sudden with some great USB headshots. Huddy on his way into sight, looking for one. Gets another one. There's only one player remaining. Travinson down into Huddy. Will pull it off. Amazing headshots. That was, what was that? A 5 versus 5 down to a 2 versus 5 down to a 2 versus 0 with the win from NoLove Esports. Did I get that right, Matt?
You absolutely did. Just nutty from Huddy and Lidak. To be able to kind of calm themselves down and punish the over peaking that Velocitiy had there. A couple of good headshots and into sight, and wow.
I mean, it was an extremely aggressive setup coming out of Velocitiy, and it looked like everything was going according to plan. They had sight control and everything, but again, that aggression came out, and they punished him for it. Huddy going to be the first peek in middle. He gets one. Vicinity out of the picture. Now a 4 versus 5. M4 still getting aggressive, and he finds another one through the smoke. Huddy tonight coming in strong and looking to continue the punishment is Lidak at that connector. The cat player also peeking, getting aggressive. Haunts finds one coming out of the B. That's Lemons out of the picture. Now it's a 1 versus 5. All on.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, really, really good job right there by not playing too aggressively in the mid, especially by Huddy. Lidak following it up off of his peak with his 2K. They played it smart. They played it together. Something I was really hoping to see. I know it's only second round, but that's going to bode well for him going forward, especially if Velocitiy wants to keep testing this aggressive.
Yeah, and that's exactly where they're going to come from. I mean, as an aggressive T side, you're going to want to take that middle control. And Huddy right now is showing that it doesn't matter what you want to do. I'm going to get in your way every single step of the way. Velocitiy, WMS here. Looking to get something done with that Deagle. Deagle's going to be very dangerous in the raid situation, but they're playing together very well. These angles are extremely untradeable for WMS. He'll find one, but immediately gets shut down right after. Formal steps in, gets the trade with Lidak's help, and just like that, we are on a 2-0 with a very comfortable win and convincing win there. AK is going to come out for Velocitiy Esports, and now we've got a competition on our hands.
I think that it already shows NoLove learned maybe a little bit off of Inferno, but also might be a little bit more comfortable here on Mirage. Extremely patient, very well played together. Communication was obviously there. Let's see if
just a pretty aggressive default setup here with just 2 players getting early control of middle. Kim Tang looking like he's going to be the person that's going to kind of get in the front there. Huddy did throw himself a little one-way smoke at window, but they counter-smoked that counter-smoke. Lidak's going to be first person to make contact here at this connector. He's going to look to swing onto Kim Tang in that connector hole. Possibly, and Kim Tang will get dropped. He'll get eliminated. Lidak able to get away with that kill. Lemons looking to molly out a player at right side middle, but nobody's home. Lidak thinking about repositioning, and he does. One out alone on balcony, and Lidak will get the easy wide swing trade of bullets with Formal there. Lemons.
Yeah, WMS in a great position right now, being able to push up catwalk all the way uncontested onto the beast. Doesn't look like he gets it much, though. Redeem cleans that up.
Yeah, he was in a very good position, but it's like they read it. They kind of knew that it was an open position, and they allowed him to get there. Lemons gets one, but gets traded down immediately. A quick kill on a Formal, but wasn't enough, as now we are last man standing on TiVo. Kind of shoulder peeking his way through, and Huddy will take the 1v1, and TiVo will be gone. And just like that, NoLove looking extremely strong here so far on Mirage.
The best part I like about that round right there is that there was no over-rotation based on what was happening in mid. Lidak gets his kill connector early. He's able to fall off and get that kill at balcony, but it doesn't shake anyone. They stay home on B with 2. That means that WMS's push, which was fantastic, means absolutely nothing. Great round again from them, and they get to play against a little eco here.
Yeah, this one's kind of scary. They've got some hard pistols. They're already burning a lot of the utility at A, and those Deagles are going to come out at A in a 2 versus 5 situation. But Huddy, again, dominating from that window position. Deagles will finally find one on a Formal. Finds another one on the site. That's Lemons getting a 2-piece. Goes wide looking for jungle, but Huddy is there waiting on him. One more player alive, and Lemons, the smoke goes down, but 90,000 bullets going through the smoke from those AKs are not going to entice him to cross sight. And they are still staying aggressive, but they're doing it together. They're being very smart. He'll overpeak just a little bit there. That smoke's not going to be good enough to allow him to pass sight successfully. He will fall back It is a 2 versus 1. He's got a lot of time on the clock, 1 full minute to do whatever he wants to do. He's going to decide to reposition towards a balcony instead of opting to go all the way around to B. Let's see if NoLove has the read on it. Hans and Hubby doing a good job still staying together, still staying poised. Lemons, unknowingly, is about to walk into 2 players. It's completely red now. Wide open is Hans, and Lemons will drop as well. Now 4-0. Not a huge investment from them, but those heavy pistols can be very scary sometimes, and thankfully, the 2 versus 1 worked out in the favor of NoLove.
Yeah, great initial hold. The one thing that is a little bit scary is, Formal wide swings from under dark, under balcony to take the fight to 3 people at Tetris. He does get 1, unable to get another, and gets traded out, which quickly puts it to a 3v3 because Lidak gets picked trying to help him out. So they got to be careful about that and not be.
Look at the aggression coming in here from NoLove. They're feeling that confidence. They decided to go ahead and switch it up a little bit by pushing in the middle, and it turns out to be the wrong round to do it. They've got full control at A, but that bomb is left way behind them. They're going to try to push way too far ahead of themselves. Tivo with the op is the only player remaining. He tries to get the wall bang to Hansen. He will catch his shoulder, but it's not going to be enough for a kill. Now, they were able to successfully go back and get Bomb, so Bomb will go down. Lemons will catch one through the smoke, and now it's a 1 versus 3 in the favor of our hot hand Huddy so far, who has 9 kills, 0 deaths. Gonna look to get on top of that stairway, get the first peek, and he sees him, but he can't make the shot in time. Lemons will get the kill, and that will be the first round for Velocity.
I like the change of pace in the play by NoLove. It just so happens that it's a little unfortunate on the timing there, which is going to happen to you. Hopefully that doesn't discourage them, and they continue to try tempo changes and be really assertive with.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, I think anytime that you can get confident and get in that position, it's great. I think just in that situation, it didn't work out for him, and you're going to force Velocity back into more of a default style setup, heading over towards A, bomb back in spawn. They're not going to be too crazy, too aggressive. There's no smoke there, so Vicinity is going to try to make his way up into that A bomb site and look for a possible kill. Formal should be his first point of contact. He's all alone sitting under balcony, but as long as he doesn't overpeak, the Molly's going to force him out, and he will get the kill. Lidax there to back him up from that connector side. Formal makes 2 quick spray downs. Tivo gets dropped, and Huddy also gets one as well. Formal's just not shootable. They can't touch him. Comes out on the balcony, gets him through the smoke as well. Excellent round for Formal. That's a 4K with 100 HP. Could not be touched by the opposing team.
That was beautiful. We talked about not over peaking in that same position. This time Molly forces him out. He's able to clean up the 1v1, and then he just follows it with 3 more. Absolutely beautiful shutdown round from him. Hopefully he can continue that.
Yeah, I loved even though they mollied that position, it seemed like the offense still wasn't ready for him to come out under that balcony. That allowed Formal to really bloom and blow up on the round. Now they're going to look like they're going to start to change up their approach here with 2 headed towards the B bomb site and 2 towards middle. But the bomb, again, here is the #1 question, right? The bomb sits at the very back of T-spawn. I mean, that's going to really blow up any potential strategy, because if they try to get this pick onto Hans here at B, when he's doing this jump peek, he sees one. He's not going to go for the repeat. Great decision by Hans. Throws a flash for his teammates over middle, where currently terrorists sit and wait. A smoke at B, a failed molly. Actually, that was a defensive molly, so that was fine. It's going to force the B player off completely, and it's going to make them attempt to get a kill somewhere else. Unfortunately, Huddy does get spotted off. Tivo still holding that catwalk, going to try to smoke it off. Going to be timing here for Redeem. And he does not make it through completely. And now they will take A. Almost uncontested here as Lidax looking to come alive. He's got 1. He's going to look for a second one here with that smoke. It's a fake flash. It's a one-way smoke. But he gets spammed, unfortunately, through the box by Tivo. WMS also finds the cat player in Redeem. And now, again, it's a 1 versus 3. Haunts now, last man standing. Scoreline in their favor, but money not so much. I mean, they have the ability to buy. He's trying to do a little tricky pop flash, but really just needs to back out here if he can. But he will not attempt to, unfortunately. 5-2 your scoreline. CT still have another buy round ahead of them, but it's going to be very tough. 3 players in kind of a FAMAS armor, maybe some utility situation. Interesting to see what they opt to do here. Instead, going for pistols. Pistols, armor, getting that quasi buy-in, Matt.
definitely the right call here. You're up 5-2. If you don't have the confidence in a lower economy buy, then just take the pistols, do whatever damage you can, and come into the next round swing.
Look at this aggressive play by Lemons here. Completely pushed up through B. Saw that deep smoke coming, so he knew if he got in front of it, he could potentially catch a NoLove player off guard, and sure enough, that's what happened. Now the terrorists instead are going to pick up bomb, and they're going to start going towards B now that they got that pick. That's going to allow WMS just to walk out a balcony at A and find an open kill, and there's another at connector, making quick work of everybody, and comfortably turns around to find Formal seeing an A ramp. So not a real investment there from NoLove. I didn't see a lot of head armor players. They're going to be able to somewhat comfortably buy, and they're going to take a pause to talk about it, because they do have some players here that are, again, in kind of that dangerous area. Haunts at 39.50, Redeem at 41.50. But they do look like they plan on reinvesting into this round.
Yeah, there was no head armor. There was some chest armor across the board on that pistol round, which maybe is costing them a little bit here in terms of utility. Obviously, Velocity got to play against some pistols and nothing too formidable, but their take was extremely smooth. You talked about how Lemons read that deep smoke and got in front of it for the quick pick, and their pinch from catwalk to B was absolutely outstanding. So while they had one lurk A side, so very clean and well executed round from them rather than the brute force just group and go. So maybe they start to lean on that and make NoLove react a little bit better with utility.
They do look like they're starting to get a good idea on how to play against NoLove's defense. Vicinity is having a heck of a time getting free availability, but that op is going to get caught off guard by that push from Huddy. It's a great underpass decision, but Vicinity is all the way up into B. Gets a clean molly down, a quick flash through the market, but Lidak, while blind, will make that kill happen. Redeem also pushed middle and grabbed another one. Tebow is there behind that smoke with that AWP. He will not make the first shot happen, but finds the second. Redeem now out of the round. Tebow's got to make this round happen. He's going to fall back intelligently, grabs bomb, trying to put himself in a better situation. And interestingly enough, they do have a player in the CT spawn, flanking the back of that CT. If he can do it quickly enough, he's going to catch Light off guard, and he will, which will open up that A bomb site for the planner. Now he has to cross correctly, doesn't want to cross cat. The smoke comes down for the plant, and this is going to be a very rough 2 versus 2 situation. It's going to come down to the timing here for this peek at WMS. Will not make the kill happen on a Huddy. Formal and Huddy together now will push into that site. The op shot, so they know he's in that bomb site somewhere directionally. Crossing back over to Triple. He's going to find 1-1v1, but he misses the shot. And Huddy and team will make the kill and the round happen. 6-3 your score line. NoLove in a better situation. And Velocity will have enough money to reinvest into the next round. But that's mainly due to that bomb plant there, is they definitely have lost quite a few players in the last few rounds.
Yeah, NoLove not out of the woods here. 3-8, 3-5, 3-8, 3-7, 4-4 as far as the money goes. So, it's going to be a little bit lower utility. Great job recovering the round. WMS got into a really great position and almost blew up that entire round, but a good 2v2 retake to finish it up. So 6-3.
Absolutely. Great mollies coming in from Velocity there, preventing the Opera from getting that early info and early pick. Velocity and Vicinity, getting up catwalk very early, gets an easy kill on a Redeem unaware. Looking for the connector play, and will find one. Light actually gets one before he dies, but a tough trade on the CT side. WMS will support his team with a very good smoke for connector and jungle. Smokes across the board. They have A control currently, but they've got 2 CTs sitting in CT spawn. 1 kill comes out on a Kim Tang. Hungry looks for another one. Huddy's around that corner with that AWP looking for another peek. But Vicinity's coming around behind him. Are they going to read this? Are they going to expect Vicinity? No, they're not. A perfect flank with perfect map control coming out from Vicinity. Extremely aggressive. AWP getting on top of that box. He's going to peek Haunts, and Haunts reads it. 1 versus 2. We've seen him step into it several times. Does he want to go for it here? No. Money's not good enough. He's going to make the smart decision. He's going to back off. He prevented them from keeping that op, hopefully, for him and what his mindset is currently. They're going to step up. They're going to go get that op. That op's going to be back in play. But, excuse me. Go ahead, Matt.
Yeah, Vicinity there. I mean, he did all the work, right? All 4 kills that round. Again, able to get up through mid and lurk into CT. That's becoming a problem. It might be something that Velocity is keying in on because that's 2 rounds in a row now where completely unaware to the NoLove side, they're taking that control and really causing problems. That time causing a round loss. So hopefully they can figure out what's causing that and to plug that hole pretty quickly here.
Well, I mean, playing Counter-Strike with no fear, literally mollying connectors, so he has no connector to worry about. Here's where Haunts may come into key. That flash through that smoke
The
may cost
timing.
them, yeah. But they are on the other side of that smoke, and TiVo will look just in nick of time. Formal possibly here could. No, maybe not. That's actually a Palace player. I'm going to take that back. They're coming up that catwalk. Redeem is there with a decent angle, but Vicinity will catch him too. No one else home at that B-bomb site except for sitting in market with that scout. And Lidak will get wide peaked from there as well. Putty with a 1 versus 1 at A. Needs to win it to save that M4, but he cannot. And Vicinity again, starting to really come to life. Scoreline only 9-9, but I mean, in the last 3 rounds alone, he's been the definite round decision maker.
Without a doubt. And we talked about adjustments to the mid, right? Trying to plug that hole of that mid aggression that's been so punishing. Haunt switches from B apps there, takes Redeem spot and goes into mid, at the connector, tries to make a play. Unfortunately, it just didn't work out with the timing. But they might be onto something there because he looked like he had it had he not pulled out that flash.
A little bit rough on timing. Redeem! Almost had 2 there with that P250 running straight up catwalk. USP dinks onto the mid ramp, or A ramp, excuse me. Formal. Lidak tries to follow the kill up, but he can't find it on WMS. Evo all the way up into the ladder room. We'll see the kit of Formal and makes the kill. And just like that, we're in a 4 versus 2 situation. Players are low, though. There are some potentials for upsets here. Huddy with only the USP can literally 2-shot 2 players on offense. TiVo is one of them, but he hears him. He knows he's coming up that catwalk, and he will capitalize on that kill. Now 6-6, your score line. Any team right now would take an 8-7 and 9-6 finish. I feel like that's going to be comfortable for either of these squads going into the second half. So a very close score line. A full buy here coming in from NoLove, and we're going to get a really close round here that's going to decide what way this half goes.
Yeah, all the utility on the Velocity side, so they can kind of bully them and take early control with that. Look to see NoLove maybe try like a flash play or something quick for control to
Yeah, and looks like Lemons threw an early connector smoke to keep them out of connector. But he's quickly mollied out again. Finds one, though. Huddy also gets one on top of balcony. It's a 4 versus 3 now. Formal alone in that CT area. They're trying not to over-peek, and Huddy is doing work. Redeem also going to assist from catwalk. Formal knows last man sits at sandwich, and he'll make the peak without his team, knowing that Lemons was probably looking elsewhere. 7-6 now your score line. Terrorists have plenty of money in the bank. CT's hurting on money. Heavy reinvestment coming in from them.
Yeah, Velocity, I think, kind of rushed that round a little bit, tried to force it too much. They had the utility to slow it down and really make a smart take and make NoLove counter them. Instead, they just gave them the fights that they wanted and ended up Huddy opening it up.
Yeah, Huddy is being an absolute beast here at middle today. He has not shown any signs of slowing down. If they give him no smoke, he is doing work. And right now they're going to try to molly him out. The smoke will save his life. He'll get out with a perfect smoke for that window. 87 HP. Plenty of work left to be done there. It's going to come down to the connector player. Lidak just sitting in the smoke. Literally sitting shoulder to shoulder through that wall with a terrorist. He knows he's got to play it slow, calm, cool, and collected. They have numbers. They're going to take 1 versus 1 angles right now. They don't want to give away those numbers. It looks like they are going to favor the B-bomb site, but that connector player is going to be key into lurking behind them. That's Lemons. Again, that's going to be the player to watch right now, as I believe that's going to be the guy that they're going to lean on to try to make sure they can get some pretty free B control. Interesting molly coming out from the CTs to try to guarantee that they're not going to push off. going to switch around to the B apartment guy who may make faster connection. That's WMS. Haunts will find one going up the catwalk. Now they know exactly where WMS is. Lemons will find one at connector. WMS will trade some bullets with Haunts, but neither player will go down. Last man standing, WMS smokes through and drops as well. 8-6 your score line. NoLove looking to finish us out at 9-6 half.
Another great round from the NoLove boys, playing it smart. You called out Huddy. He's been an absolute animal in mid. Don't forget about Lidak and Connector. He's right there to clean up and help out on some of those kills that he's not following up on. So a great job controlling the mid game from those two for the most part this half. It's going to win them the half. And, hopefully this is the momentum that they need to go into a strong T side.
Absolutely. Lidak, the key thing about Lidak is he's been doing a very good job of getting one kill and staying alive long enough for his team to rotate and be in the position they need to be in. A lot of what Counter-Strike is not only getting a kill, but it's positioning so your team can play the game better. And that's definitely what Lidak's been doing. It's not been showy, but staying alive long enough for your team to get in the right position is money. And he has been doing that consistently round after round.
Unfortunately, you're going to see a little bit of a change here. Taking Huddy with the op to Palace, and looks like Velocity is just going to fucking train B side.
Complete different counter strat here. Haunts is going to be jumping for this information. He's been picked multiple times by that op peeking, and that op is going to look for him. The AK right
he didn't see him.
They saw him. He's got the info. Smoke out. They're going to come straight out B. Lemons gets one, not behind. Looks for two. Looking for a third now as Haunts is doing work. He gets 3 easy kills. Kim saying now finally drops him. It's a 3 versus 2. We've seen this story before. Flashing into market, but he's going to do it to get back. He doesn't want to give too much here to his team, but they do have to peek and look for an opening frag. 3 players sitting in that market. They don't know it right now, though, so they're going to be focusing all over the place. Smoke comes out. Kim Kang trades some bullets, but it's not enough. Instead, he goes wide and gets 3 players as he pushes the door and finishes the half. 8-7 in favor of NoLove. That's a round they wish they could get back.
Absolutely. You could see it, Vicinity, the one that's been the problem all half for NoLove in his positioning and the way he's making some plays. You see both T players stuck at bench together, not in a great position. And, they take the contact at the bench, and that allows Vicinity to just run in. No one's looking at door. No one expects it. Cleans it up with a quick 3K. It's a little bit heartbreaking there, especially for Haunts after he put in so much work with that 3K.
Oh, definitely. He did more than his fair share that round. It's just unfortunate. After a 3K, you've got to pretty much do the exact same thing on the opposite side, and Velocitiy showed up and did that as well. As far as questions in the chat here, we've got what's the other team's record? Velocitiy Esports sits at a 14-1 record, with their only loss coming from the very team that beat us, or beat NoLove, here last Monday, and that was from Get Hype. So they also lost on Inferno against Get Hype, and it was a 16-13 loss. That was their only loss of the season. Another group of really well-rounded players with plenty of experience. But definitely NoLove showing a different side to them tonight and looking a lot more comfortable on Mirage. Doing a lot more very aggressive and very good timing plays together, as well as knowing exactly when to fall back and play together. So it's been very, very good coming out of them. I know they want to finish strong on the season, and 13-3 would look a lot better than 12-4.
Definitely a much better showing so far. Their confidence has to be, you got to be feeling good after a CT side like that. Maybe not the biggest lead and not what you were hoping for, knowing that it could have been 9-6. But you have to feel good about the performance you just put on. And hopefully they have some good T-sided strats that, maybe catches Velocitiy off guard. Maybe they have some quick, hard pushes themselves that, they can kind of push the tempo and get in the face of Velocitiy and, maybe make Velocitiy earn some respect for them as well.
I agree. And just like that, we're going to get right back into it. Live across the board. Here we start our second pistol round in the game. First pistol did go to NoLove Esports in dramatic fashion, as we saw a 5 versus 2 win come from NoLove Esports. So it's going to be interesting to see how this goes here. It was a very fast cat approach coming out of Velocitiy. 5 players do look like they resign to go B here. NoLove gonna set up an early smoke using those no hitboxes in the sky to their advantage. 2 of them actually being thrown. Flash is coming
those
over
are
the
for
top.
get right and get left.
Heavy aggression, but it's a fast rotation and fast flank also. Coming in from Velocity and Vicinity will make quick work of them. 2 headshots immediately. Kim Tang looking to get another one as well. He'll make some bullets trade, and that will be the end of it. A fast, be aggressive approach from both teams. Defense and offense both had the read on that fast B and that perfect counter coming in from Velocity.
Yeah, I think that's a great round to throw in the middle of your half. As a pistol round, I think typically teams go 3 towards B, and you kind of play retake on A. It's easy to retake, right? So I think maybe that's a mistake to pull that strat out this early in the half. Easy read, and of course, who was the problem there on the quick flank? Vicinity again. So keep watching.
That's a man that doesn't stop holding W. I mean, he's just, there's no reason for him to slow down. It's what's working for him. So he's going to keep doing it and keep being a absolute thorn in the side. There he goes again, running through a smoke with the help of a flashbang from his teammate. He'll drop Hans. Kim Tang does push window with his teammate and finds one as well. That's Huddy out of the round. Now a 2 versus 5. Redeem with that close P250. Will shoot one from behind, but won't be enough. And we're going to be last man standing here with Lidak. Glock in hand, no armor to speak of. Tries to get around the corner at Sandwich, hoping that he doesn't see him, but it's not going to be enough. Vicinity will wide swing all by himself. No surprise there, and Velocity will pick up their 9th round.
Yeah, kind of what you expect going into second round, especially if the T side doesn't force, which I agree. I don't think they should have there. So, you just kind of take that one on the chin and get ready for your full buy. And, hopefully they have something up their sleeve for this round to make a nice.
Lots of early smokes. Lots of utility. Huddy has to get this kill here, and he does. Vicinity, the thorn in their side, now out of the round. He sat in that molly to make that kill happen, too. That was a lot of confidence there from Huddy. He had the read, and he got the kill. TiVo will be a little annoying there with that grenade. Over 40 damage to a player. WMS, the top of his head. Hans sees it coming. Drops WMS there in that connector area, but Kim Tang looking to do the same thing. Oh, no. He's going to grab the M4 and drop off completely. 5 versus 3. Offense has all the time in the world right now. They need to group up together and pick a bomb site. Right now, they're a little too spread thin. I'm worried that they're going to start dividing those numbers up here from some peaks from middle or connector if they're not careful. And that's exactly what's going to happen. Lemons will find one. Kim Tang will find another. And just like that, we go from a 5 versus 3 to a 3 versus 3. This is why you have to regroup. NoLove now going blind into the bomb site. Lidak will eventually find one, but Lemons will get him through the smoke.
And that's bombed down as well.
It's going to be on Huddy here. Huddy has to make the play. Finds the one through the smoke. That's TiVo out of the round now. 2 versus 1, and a wide swing on skates is Formal with that headshot onto Lemons.
My man, race car Formal. He's hitting those, and when he's confident, he hits those all the time. Back from when I played with him, as soon as he starts feeling it, he'll start hitting those every single time. You hit the nail on the head there. Didn't regroup, and it almost cost him trying to do the split connector and a ramp. Hopefully they maybe notice that and don't.
Hey Troy, 14-1, 14-1, 14-1. Full save here coming out from Velocity Esports. Pretty confident setup here, 3 in B site. Formal going to be the guy to get info at B. They're favoring B at the very back of middle. This is a pretty convenient approach, though. This is something that you see most teams run. Very passive at the back of middle to ensure that there's not a full mid push, and then one player trying to get that info over at B. Now, the constant jumping should tell him that at the very least, there's one B, but he can probably get a good idea that it's a little bit more stacked than normal. Molly on top of that balcony will get Kim Tang out, and Formal will watch it. Something that Velocity has not been doing a good job of doing. That Molly's still going to tick down, and TiVo going to take some damage as well. They're doing a very good job here, working their way into this bomb site. Huddy will find another one. Do they know the bomb itself actually gets dropped by Vicinity at that A bomb site? Still holding W is he.
It's
He
him.
eventually gets dropped at sandwich, and Formal will find the last one at the CT spawn. So I thought that was a little scary. It looked like Bomb was pretty alone there at A, but very quickly the NoLove team was surrounding him, and he had nowhere to go.
A great idea against the eco. You send 2 towards B, get that fake going. I think the A guys jumped the gun just a hair, and really, could have waited a little bit. Take a look. This is buddy Velocitiy, 3 ops.
3 ops, and this is the B setup. This is that fast B setup we saw on Pistol. This is the perfect time to call it. B is completely unaware. Kimtang is completely white. He's got the M4. He's going to be caught off guard. The counter flash coming in, but is it going to be enough? He can't even get one. That's it. B bomb site is completely held down. Those ops are going to be forced to save if they can't do anything fast here. The Molly into the market. The flash is coming out. They're getting full control at that door. WMS can't make the connection on that shot. Looking for another one at Cat. Lemons does find Redeem getting aggressive. Op down from top of that palace. This is getting dicey now. They're giving him too many picks. They're getting too aggressive. TiVo also with the Cat retake with that op. It's a 2 versus 4 onto that bomb. Formal gonna have to stay alive here. He finds one. Now it's a 1 versus 3. He's all alone. Bomb is down for him, planted for him, and the op retake with 3 ops in hands will successfully retake that B bomb site from what looked like an absolute perfect and immaculate call from NoLove Esports. I mean, that could not have been called. Better timing, no entries coming in from Velocitiy Esports, but they had too much confidence. They got too aggressive. They played positions that let them out in the middle versus ops, and it cost them huge, Matt.
That round was absolutely beautifully called by Hans right there. Perfect timing, like we talked about. Middle of the round, you catch them off guard on their heels. They did absolutely that. Redeem gets too aggressive in the market in wide swings to 3, and then it just crumbles from there.
TiVo getting the early kill, jumped on top of the little wood piece in that window and caught Huddy. I mean, that's their playmaker. That's their guy that's on fire. They gave him that op. They said, go do some damage, and unfortunately, TiVo beat him to the punch there. Now down in a 4 versus 5. It's not the end of the world. There's actually an early player pushed B apps that's got info. Guys, there's nobody B. He's calling it right now. Now, this is more what we saw from NoLove against the other team. These information plays are rough. You cannot give the opposing team this much information early. They have no idea he's working up all the way through B. He's going to completely flank this bomber, possibly here, coming out of apartments.
Well, he hears them fall all the way back, and man up and all this information. Velocitiy doesn't have to do anything.
Yeah, and Kimtang, he's just toying with him at this point. Vicinity will still hold W. You've got 1 man left alive. That's Redeem, sitting at middle alone, looking for any possible information and kills that he can get to try to make this round winnable. He sits at that bench looking for something, and he finds one as WMS falls directly into his crosshair. Knows that there's one sitting in that cat room. Now that he's broken that window, he's going to try to make that headshot peek, but he's coming down top middle, and Kimtang, the man of the aggression, the man of the hour from that B push, will close out the round. Now 11-10 in the favor of Velocitiy.
Unfortunately, I think that not that round, but the last round where they got too aggressive, Redeem got too aggressive in market, and everybody started taking 1v1 fights to those ops. It seems that gave Velocitiy a ton of confidence. That round looked a lot different from them, from being, not so sure and really kind of on their toes, to that round they took all the control they wanted at no cost to them. A little bit worrisome for NoLove. They got to take this eco on the chin and then regroup and hit them hard again and make them earn that respect.
Yeah, but speaking of disrespect, Vicinity there, even though it is an eco, pushes ramp, gets full info, MP9 in hand. The remaining 4 players in NoLove sit at the very back of B bomb site. There's not a lot they can do with Glocks here. Best thing they could do is turn around, and that looks like what they may be deciding to do here, as he got that counter information, but he's gone. If NoLove could do this faster, if they could start holding W, I know they don't know the information. They might think he's close A ramp still, but this man is gone. And they've just now rotated a player into CT spawn, but it's still only 1 there. The connector player is starting to be onto it as well. Still looks.
They needed 1 B-app player to just make some sort of noise to hold it just a little bit longer. Obviously, like you said, they don't know. But unfortunately, it's going to be a little bit difficult now with a CT and connector player, and they're pretty sure.
Could be a possible plan situation for him here. No. Gonna shut down that from Connector. Vicinity, the man who holds W, will get a 4K on the round, and WMS will get the final 5th kill. CTs were not in a very great money situation until that round, as Vicinity made a whole lot of money with that MP9. And of course, they didn't lose a single player, so now they've got rounds and rounds, probably at least 2 full buy rounds out of that money-making situation. Vicinity will throw away the MP9 and pick up an actual gun. Probably another tactical pause coming in here for NoLove. They've got to talk it back out. They had a great strategy approach. Like I said, had that B round gone into their favor with a little bit less of an off-stepping, they would probably be 13-10, 12-10 at least in their favor at this point. So they just have to get a little bit more going for them.
Yeah, Hans right now needs to call whatever their go-to strat is, right? Every team has one. The most comfortable, the most successful strat you have where everybody just feels it, that's what this strat needs to be right here, because they need to change the tide and they need to do it now.
Mid-aggression. At least that's what it looks like. 3 headed towards middle. Completely eliminating middle from the equation, but Connector will be a problem unless they show some good utility. Good smokes, and sure enough, they'll get it. They'll get a molly down Connector. They'll get a smoke down in front of it. Redeem will find a kill at that catwalk, and just like that, it's a 5 versus 4. 2 ops sitting in that window area. They're not in great position, Velocity. And if NoLove can start to back out and regroup, they can take any site they choose right now. It's going to be depending on what they choose to do. Are they going to sit 2 Connector again and wait for them to walk all the way around over to A? Maybe
Looks
even
like
three Connector, actually. One sitting in ladder. He's the lowest player on the team, but he could be a distraction for sure. The flash. Here's the smart decision. They're going to get aggressive instead of waiting by. They're going to decide to make that move, and Hodge will find the easy kill at jungle, looking for the Connector players to be aggressive, and the round is over. Just like that, Velocity looks to go for the save here. WMS may try to get one more kill if Formal decides to get a little aggressive, but great round from NoLove, making the difference.
Yeah, Ladakh needs to be careful right here. Woo! Beautiful. Picks off the op. Everybody needs to keep their guns right here. Economy is still kind of fragile, even though they're going to win this round. No one over $1,000 right now, so they need to be smart. It's more important for them to stay alive than to kill this last.
I don't know. I don't know if Lidak agrees. Lidak wants him. He smells him. He's on his heels. Oh. Lemons definitely has the advantage at this angle, but Lidak will decide to spam out of nowhere, and he will lose his gun, but they've got money in the bank. He can afford to buy another AK. CT pause looks like it's coming in here. They've got plenty of money as well. Probably going to see more op reinvestment, I imagine, as it worked for them here in the past. 12-3, 12-11, 12-11, 12-11. Going to be a much better result, especially if they can make it 12-12 here.
Yeah, that round looked a whole lot different from what we've seen. You know, they went for the early mid aggression. It was a little worrisome. Lidak got picked through the smoke early and legged, but they made it work. Redeem opens it up with the catwalk fight, and they just kind of snowball from there. Really made them think that it was going to be a B hit with the cat player going down and getting ladder control by Lidak. They kind of shifted towards B, left only one person on A, and they were able to take advantage of that. The one unfortunate part is we talked about Lidak. You know, it was better for him to stay alive than to go down there. Him dying allowed Lemons to recover the op, which would have been a huge investment and huge economy hit on the other side. Instead, now they're able to kind of recoup that, and that might hurt them on a rebuy if NoLove can win this round.
Yeah, at this point, they've got one player that hasn't bought yet. So he'll probably buy down to about 2K. So in an absolute disaster situation for Velocity, they're probably going to be able to force buy M4 and no armor or head armor, no head armor with utility, or FAMAS's with no ops probably if they lose another round.
Even if they lose this round here, but they're able to kill 3 or 4 on the NoLove side.
True.
That makes that round at 12-12 insanely scary for NoLove, because if they lose it, they're ecoing, and that, I mean, you're right up against match point at that point. So right here, again, they need to have, you know, something that they're very confident in, something that they're comfortable with. Maybe somebody has a read and they think they can make a play. Now's the time to make that play, because this round could be the round to decide the game in the next few.
TiVo he decided to invest into an M4, so they only went one op strong on WMS. And like you said, two of the most important rounds of this game coming up next. Right here, WMS with one of the worst spawns. Going to be second to go out there. Again, Molly at connector, smoke on cat. Counter utility coming out. Quick trades coming in. Very fast fights from top middle there. 1v1 trade is advantageous for the T side. They'll take it. One-way smoke there for WMS. We'll see if he uses it. Lidak also sitting in the back of that middle with that smoke. Hans will win the 1v1 though, pushing all the way back from B. Kim Tang somehow manages to lose at that angle.
That's also bomb spotted, right?
No bomb spotted. Very back of the site. But that's going to force rotation. Two players now sitting in market for Velocity. Nobody's home at A. NoLove has to make a decision fast. Are they going to go B? That's a flash over for the op to get back out of middle.
They're doing the right thing here. They're playing quiet. They're playing slow. Make the CTs figure out and try and make something happen. WMS, though, posted up with the op here. That's going to be a problem.
Ooh. No. The CTs think they have something. They think they've got a call on A. WMS is falling completely off. That B-bomb site right now, with 35 seconds remaining, is completely open. NoLove needs to make the play. They need to start making the decision. They've made the slow play. Now they need to execute. They need to move. Smoke's coming in. WMS hearing it being thrown. He's not going to be able to get there in the nick of time here for the drop down.
That's unfortunate. That cuts off the bomb from the site.
Oh, no.
WMS is now in position.
Oh, no. Oh, no. That's 3. Looking for the 4th and final. He's extremely low. That molly just possibly cost them the match.
Unfortunate that it hits a teammate in the head and stops the bomb from getting out. It gives WMS all the time in the world to re-rotate back in, and he shuts it.
So this is a clear example of being too complex, being way too complicated. You have to figure there, 4 players alive versus 3. You have to figure you have a 1 versus 3 on that bomb site, a 1 versus 4 on that bomb site. You have to trust your team to get those trades, throw a couple of flashes, maybe a smoke at most, but throwing 2 separate mollies, clearly way too many room for wiggle room for error there. That molly dropping down in front of them in apartments may have very well just cost them this match, Matt.
And now you have what seems to be a miscommunication on the buy. You have 2 AKs, a Deagle on Formal where he could have forced something different, a Mac 10, a head armor and a Deagle on Redeem.
This is what separates your seasoned teams from your teams that have just started to feel each other out. NoLove absolutely was in control of this match. Even though they were down 1 round, they had it in their hands. And now have potentially tilt-bot their way into a bad situation. Missing the jumps and NoLove trying to come out of that window. Molly does go out. Lidak trying to make something happen. Finds one, but eventually gets opt and dropped as well. 14-11, now your score line. And no money in the bank.
Yeah, they need to play for overtime here. They need to let this one go and get a full healthy bye on the next round for any chance. They haven't shown anything with any of their force buys on the T side that tells me they have a good game plan on them that can catch somebody off guard. So they need to just eat this one and play for OT.
And we need to keep in mind that their last win on Mirage was overtime. And that
19-17.
That was with Formal on the team. So they have the backbone on the map, right? They have the history. They just need to get there. And they need to stop making the simple mistakes. And I mean, they're looking really refined. They're looking really strong. It's just those basic mistakes and bouncing back from those mistakes that separates the great teams from the good teams.
Oh, and they're going to go for it. Op investment as well. Got a couple an AK, a Glee. They're sending everything they have at this round right here.
Several rounds lost in advance here, so they might have a decent buy next round if they do lose it. They're putting all their marbles in Huddy. Huddy gets the first opening pick in TiVo. The op is immediately traded out by WMS, though. He was right there to pick it up before he could even rescope. He was right in the back end. And he will look for the peak and he'll find it. Huddy's out of the round. WMS extremely swift. Looking for another pick at that palace. Not going to quite find it just yet. The bomb will get picked up. 3 players grouped up together at the back of that middle. Will Hans be able to make the difference? That B push again. That B push again is extremely divisive. Lemon's now the player that's pushing all the way through B. Their A rotation is going to be called. Look at this. They're heading back that way. Lemons is spotted. Now they know they've got to change it up. They've got a full minute. They can still do anything they want to do. This is good. This is good if you're a NoLove esports fan. This is what you want to see. They were aware enough to know that it could be a potential problem. That grenade is a lot of damage, but now it's forced Velocity out of firm A control. They had 3 CT players there. Now they've only got 1 player in the site itself. 1 player at the very back of CT, 1 player in connector, and going back towards B is a good decision. Well, potentially. Now they're actually going to make a quick decision back over to A. They've got to find this pick on the Vicinity. That's going to be their only opportunity for success. Vicinity is going to have to get eliminated. If he stays here this close, he's going to get all this information. He hears players running. 3 players are right next to him. He does get dropped, though. Redeem makes the kill there. Does get one traded out right away on the CT side. Camtang going to make some damage happen, but Formal will find the trade. It is a 2 versus 2 situation with bomb being planted. Lidak now will have that op at the very back of Rip. He's in a clutch situation. He has the possibility of making this happen. He needs to get back. He needs to make sure he has firm control. Oh, he will find the shoulder of him, but he won't be able to make that connection happen. A flash will come around the corner, but Lidak will be able to fall back around behind it successfully. 2 flashes now in his face. A fake defuse coming in. He'll get 1. Looking for the second. He's getting too aggressive. Baits out the shot. No utility. Lemons has no choice. He has to stick it. He's sticking it. He misses the shot. That's the end of the round. The defuse. The up. He was trying to play it on skates. He was trying to pull the formal shot on skates, and he couldn't do it. He had to stop with the up for 2 seconds for that shot to count. And another crucial mistake coming out on the NoLove esports squad. That was another dramatic round that could have easily went in their fashion if they allowed 1 millisecond less of a mistake.
Absolutely gutting for Lidak right there. And he's standing in the corner. He feels it right now.
Right now they're thinking they're just going to take their time. Redeem getting some early damage on the WMS right there. That's good damage. Haunt's going to try to get aggressive 2 at ramp. He will find 1, and Vicinity is out of the round. WMS also, their main star player on top of Vicinity, is extremely low. This round is still winnable. They are still mentally in the game. They have not counted themselves out yet. Time ticks down. Looking like they're favoring B, but the bomb currently sitting in the back of spawn, looking like he's looking for information. Trying to decide where they're going to go. All 5 players look like they're going to come together on this A-bomb site.
Only 1 smoke on the NoLove side here, so they got to make that one count and play around.
That op in CT is going to be extremely detrimental to them, so that smoke's got to go down there. They could take the fights with the rifles at jungle and connector, but if this op does not get smoked out or get opt, actually that's a scout. It's a scout versus an op. There's the smoke. The smoke going into the perfect flash. Lidak makes the kill. Make it up for that round. Molly's on the balcony. They confirm on the balcony. Clear. Smoke is going to jungle and firm connection. TiVo is going to get the kill because Redeem gets a little too aggressive. Spam's going through. They need to get the bomb planted. There it goes. Oh, the perfect spam though coming in from TiVo. Gonna come
10
down
seconds.
To
They're not going to be able to get this plant. They're going to keep spamming. And that's going to do it.
Wow. What an exciting game. Well, I mean, that the 16-11 scoreline just, it doesn't tell the entire story, but wow. I mean, you're literally 1 bad molly and 1 millisecond stop shorter of an op throw away from winning that game.
Yeah, listen, all in all, that showing from NoLove was worlds better than what we saw on Monday night. Monday night, we saw confusion. We didn't see the confidence. We didn't see great team play in most aspects. They flipped that on their head tonight and came out with such a strong showing. They need to hold their heads high. They need to be proud about that one. That team was no slouch of a team. and to take them to the point that they could have and maybe even should have beat them, heads held high going into playoffs.
Oh, I
You take
think
that confidence and you run.
I think there's no doubt about it, right? I mean, I think Mirage looks to be one of their strongest maps they have available, at least from the two maps that we've seen so far in Inferno and Mirage. They had several well set strategies. You could tell they had some really good in game leading, really great shots. They went toe to toe in shots versus a team that again had advanced players, had main players. There was no. I mean, you got to feel bad about having a game that was that close to being yours, and you're definitely going to get in bed tonight with thoughts of, man, if only I would have done this, or man, if I only would have done this. But remembering how close you were is incredibly important to making sure that you have success next time. You always remember, I missed this shot on ramp because I held W 1 second too long. Great. Hold on to that thought, because the next time you're in that situation, you're going to play it better. Same thing with that molly. We threw way too many mollies in a 4 versus 2 or 4 versus 3 situation. Let's be a little bit more simple in that Counter-Strike situation, and that round and that half goes in a completely different direction.
Absolutely. Yeah, they're going to think about that one tomorrow. Maybe even the next couple of days. I could have done this, could have done that. Absolutely. We've been there, we've done that. But hopefully it helps them improve. I think maybe they went back and watched their Inferno and saw some things that they could, mechanically fix and work on. And I think that they absolutely capitalize on those opportunities. So if they can take this and take it for what it is and learn from it, they're going to be set up great for playoffs. Also, let's give a shout out to Velocitiy. They played absolutely fantastic Counter-Strike. They punished people when they needed to punish people. And listen, that W key for them, man, Vicinity was out there running. On the CT side, they got that B flank a couple of times. Definitely tested NoLove to make the adjustments, but they did. All in all, great game. I was extremely happy with, what we got to see tonight. And I really, really look forward to doing this again for playoffs.
Eyes in the sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my head.